Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Jonah from Teachable, and today we get to talk to Xenia Herrera. We're going to be diving into 5 digital products you can start selling on Teachable today, some tips on how to build them, just everything about digital downloads. If you've been paying attention this month with any communications from Teachable, we are wildly excited about these small digital products because you can now easily sell and offer small digital products and digital downloads on Teachable. But there's a lot of elements that go into making them, from making sure they're valuable to making sure that they're presented properly, that you know how to sell them, that they're reaching the right people, and ultimately that they're solving problems, right? We want to be solving problems for our audience and making the world a better place in the process. So, Xenia, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm excited.
Yeah, same. We're so excited to have you on board. Thank you for being here today. And for everyone watching, hop in the chat. Let us know you're here. Let us know what you're excited about. Let us know if you have a Teachable account, if you're already creating products, selling products. We love hearing all of that. And whether you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, hop in those comments, talk to us, let us know what you're about. And we love hearing from you. And make sure to, before you leave today, go check out in the description. We have links. You can start a free Teachable account and start building these products if you haven't already. And there's also some goodies from Xenia down there as well. So just to start off today, Xenia, for anyone who doesn't know you or is just tuning in today, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do? And I love specifically asking creators what the transformation is that you're promising your audience.
I love that. So my name is Xenia and I used to say women, but now I say aspiring entrepreneurs and business owners get confident on camera and monetize their social media, even if you have a small following. And I want to highlight that, even if you have a small following. I feel like a lot of people think that they need thousands upon thousands of followers to monetize. And that's why I'm here. We're going to talk about that.
Love it. And that's something I want to get back into that after your presentation, Xenia, but we were talking about that before going live, just that myth that you need a whole bunch of followers to make an
Mhm.
impact or make a living. We'll get to that afterwards when we answer a little some more questions and stuff. But while we dive right in, I'm going to hand it over to you to give a little presentation and teach us about 5 products you can build and start selling.
I love that. All right. I'm ready when you are.
Oh,
So, we're going to talk about digital products today. And I wanted to share this with you. I got a little reminder on my LinkedIn, and it said that I opened my LLC 6 years ago. And I was so excited back then because I really wanted to make something just online. And I just absolutely love that we are in the time now that we can do that with social media. And the reason why you need to think about creating a digital product is this: you only have to create it once. Obviously, you're going to continue to revise it and make it better as you go along, but you create it one time. It's not like you have to physically create something. Also, you don't need inventory. It's on your computer. It's on your laptop. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that's very simple. It is a low maintenance. Yes, like I said, you do need to make it better as your questions come up, as your students need a little bit more help. And the beauty of it is the automation, okay? Uh who doesn't like these notifications? You take the payment digitally, you deliver it automatically, you can schedule different ways to follow up with whoever buys your product. And everything is in the digital hub. Obviously, we're talking about Teachable here. So everything is there in your space. And that's why I love it. Now, I'm not going to talk about ebooks until the end because those are just, everyone knows what an ebook is. I'm going to challenge you to look at what I'm talking about and see, do I have that already? Or do I have something similar that I can create in your space? Whether you're a personal trainer, a beauty professional, maybe you have one on one coaching or clients, whatever that is, you can add an additional stream with these digital products. What do you think, Jonah? Get into it?
love it. I love anytime we're talking about reusing content. That gets me excited.
Yes, I like
Yeah.
that. All right, let's do it. So, the very first one that you need to start looking into is a checklist. So, think about the space that you're in because checklist is so simple and people need this. You don't have to create something elaborate. It's just a lot of people don't know what you know. For example, think about what if you can give someone a checklist for when they're pregnant? I needed that. I was looking for that when I was pregnant. Like, tell me what to take to the hospital. Like, what do I need? What is it that I'm going to be missing that I need in my labor? What about a business trip? Like, tell me what if there's so many people that have never been to a business trip? Tell me what to take to a business trip. And you can sell that within your content. Do you feel like you would love what type of checklist would you like, Jonah? Or have you gotten?
Oh well, I come from like the audio engineering and music touring world. So when I got my first tour, I was like desperately looking for any resource on like what am I gonna need because I packed like 4 bags, and they were like, "You can't do that."
That sounds like me.
Yeah, it turns out like a Sharpie and masking tape were the holy grail of what I needed on tour.
That is so but
So
that's the thing. Wouldn't
no.
a checklist be so helpful for you to know exactly what you need? Obviously, everything is extra. So think about what you are, what you do, who you work with, and that checklist that you can create. Next thing is recipes. I think my friend's on here and she is in the fitness space. So, can you create a pre workout snacks recipe? Can you create whatever type of recipe? Maybe you are in the cooking niche, that's going to be obvious, but outside of that, what else? Maybe you're in the self-care space and you can make a recipe on your wellness drink. There's so many ways that you can do this and you just have to think outside the box. Number 3 is planners. Now, I know that a lot of us are digital, but here's the thing about planners. Digital products for planners is this habit trackers. That could be something too. That maybe a lot of people like to print it out to make it aesthetic for their photos. What about a social media planner or a social media content creator? Have a little thing right here that shows my TikTok, and was able to get to 1,000 followers by checking a little X on a planner. Like I said, a lot of us are digital, but there's something about crossing it that just makes a huge difference. Now, did the actual paper get me to 1,000 followers on TikTok? I would obviously say yes, but it's really the action of you physically crossing things out as a tracker. Okay. Templates. Let's talk about these. These are one of my absolute favorites. Let's talk about templates because templates, look at all the templates that you can make. And I know you have this. You have Excel sheets, you have emails, you have things that you use constantly that people need. So think about the formula. What formulas do you use all the time? My husband bought a course and it was in the 5 figures, okay? It was a real estate course. But the best thing that he got was one of the templates that helped him figure out the formula to buy his home. It was the best thing ever. And you might have an Excel sheet that just completely changes everything for you. What is it? What problem do you solve with your own Excel sheets? Yeah? Emails. Okay, this is a freaking game changer. I remember a few years ago, I didn't even know about email marketing. Like, what the heck is that? What am I supposed to do here? How do I even start this? So, having an email template when someone downloads your free download, what should I send them every week? What is it that I have to send them weekly? How do I close them on it? Like, tell me what to do. The next thing could be like an onboarding template. If you have a new client, what is the next step? What is it that they do? Sales templates, things like that. Think about those that you may already have, or you might have to do some digging in your inbox.
I
Text
have
message.
to
Oh, go ahead.
I just have to testify to the email templates. I bought a $5 template for, like, customer outreach or client outreach when I started my business, and used the same template for a year from my first client, which was like a $20 project to a $20,000 contract. So it's like those go a long way and really help people. They're incredible.
I love because not everyone knows. Like I don't know. We just need a little head start.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just had to speak up. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much for they know. They know that we're talking some gems here. So let's talk about some text message templates. Now it's such a big thing now to have like those text message weekly or bi-weekly type of text messages. So what if you can do some type of text message introductions or sales or things like that? I partnered up with a beauty company and I have templates of what I say. Not that it's copy paste, but it's a template. So I make sure that I don't miss anything. Then I could fill in all of my personalized things. Over here on the right, you guys know this, Canva templates, call scripts, onboarding, presets. If you're a photographer, like what presets? And you don't have to be super elaborate about these things. These are things that you may already have. Just pretty it up, package it, and I'll show you how to upload it on Teachable at the end. But it's so, so simple. Okay, let's talk about this, which is something that I'm new to. I love face to camera video tutorials, but I understand that some people learn better with like podcast style. So, audio files would be so fun for you if you don't want to show your face. Maybe you have a training that you use in the past, but you need to cut it up or chop it up, whatever, and the audio would be way better for you. If you're an artist, you can repurpose your music, you can do royalty-free music. There's so many ways that you can combine this as far as audio files. And recently what I've done is actually let me wait that. Let me talk to you about that in the end. Tell me about audio files, Jonah. Do you feel like you've seen creators been able to monetize these?
Yes, and I love that you mentioned music too, and actually one of the creators we did an interview with in December, but launched, but posted the interview last week, Julia McCoy. She has a digital download that's like four of these things packed together. So the actual product is a combination of these things, but she included an audio walkthrough. So you get this whole worksheet, but then you also get to listen to her like help you through it and work through it, which also really helped her customers like know how long it would take, because I think it's like a 5-minute audio and you can get it done in about that time. So it's really cool to see people using audio in that format.
Jonah, I love that you
Yeah.
said that because that's exactly what
Ah!
what I was gonna tell you at the
Love
end.
it.
Like, it's just the simplest way. Instead of you having to download and look at like you just listen. Like, look, page 1, page 2, page 3. Here you go. It doesn't have to be an hour class. You just get straight to the point.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be. I think it's also great because with something like this, it doesn't need to be a high production like podcast or
Yeah,
anything. It's just it's showing presence and also like putting your voice in your customer's ear. That's valuable for trust as well, and just being being in their head. It's
I
good,
love
forming that relationship. Yeah, I love it.
that's so amazing. I love that we're on the same page here.
Heck yeah.
So let's talk about promoting your product, okay? And I know I haven't gotten to ebooks. Don't you worry, we'll get there. But let's talk about promoting these things because these things are things that you may have not thought about or you think it's not good enough. Like you have to do an elaborate ebook. And in reality, you don't. You don't have to do that. You just need to get that ideal client in your door and start nurturing them so they can buy the high ticket products, so they can work one on one with you. So that's why you go on social media to promote it and sell it. You're going to be there on TikTok. It's popping over, friend. I love TikTok. It's so amazing because you can talk like this. You can be literally on like you're FaceTiming someone. Shout out to TikTok because we're live over here too. But this is one of the things that you're gonna do. You're gonna nurture them, give them tips, have them get to know you, talk about your product. Why are you providing a solution to their problem? And again, their problem might be like this, but you're still solving that problem. Same thing with YouTube. That's why we make this content, because it's evergreen, but you're continuing to solve their problem. So how are you going to sell this thing? Well, it's pretty straightforward, but this is the way that works for me, and hopefully it can work for you too. So I bring people on my content. I talk about all of the marketing things, making money online, even with a small following. And not everyone is going to right away say, "Hey, I want to buy." I'm not Cardi B, okay? I'm not Drake. Like, I have to put in some work. And that's where the DMs come in. That's something that I love about Instagram, that it's very accessible. We can have a conversation. They get to know. I ask them, like, what is it that you want to create? A lot of people don't know. We have a conversation on the DMs, and you can go both of two ways. I'm trying to say it in English, but I'm thinking in Spanish. So you can do two things. You can either send them a link directly to your product once you know what their problem is, or you can send them a link to a free download. So you can nurture them in your email sequence. Okay. So that's where the link, you send them whatever link that you want, and then it's either to your paid product or your free product. And whatever it is that you pick, there's so many different ways that you can do that. This is something I created on Teachable. I love to use Canva to make all of my pages super pretty, just like this, but it's just like that. Just how Jonah said, it's my downloadable with a recorded audio kind of walking you through it, right? So you can do something like that, or you can do a free download. You can do some type of, okay, here's my email. You're going to get this for free and see how I work. And it doesn't have to be a basic download. You can make it juicy. Like, you can make it good so they can know, wow, this is amazing. People are not, they don't care about PDFs. They don't care if this is a 10 course elaborate thing that you're going to provide. They really just want to know, can you help me solve my problem? Like, can you help me get from A to Z? So you just have to remember that. Let me show you a few things that a few of the girls that I work with have been doing. These are my friends, and I just absolutely love them. For example, this is my friend Diane. She is doing a PDF as a personal trainer, and it's just step by step. What should you do? This is a 4-week program. Here are some links that you can work out. She does have one-on-one, but her one-on-one is not $19.99. You know what I mean? So this is a very accessible way to see that, oh, this is how she does it. All the links that she has, these are links that she's recorded, but now in the future, if they do want to work one-on-one with her, this was that first step. This is my other friend that is also in fitness, but she's selling it for $50. And let me tell you why she's selling it for $50. Because it's not only a PDF download, and they're both beautiful. I've seen them both. They're amazingly created. But the difference is that this is the only product she has. She's offering a accountability community, plus she's offering a few other things. So it's not just the PDF. She's having multiple things, and this is her one product that she's focusing on. Okay, so that's what you have to focus. I don't know if Chelsea's still here on live, but she's also selling a travel guide. And you see the different price points. You have to see what is the price point for your space, but also, are you giving extras? It's not just the PDF. Okay, what else is it? Is it bonuses? Is it multiple digital downloads? Does that make sense? So I hope we're still here, because I'm not quite done. Okay, this
Cruising, love
is
it.
yay, perfect. This is another one I wanted to show you. This is mine that is a little on the higher point, but it's not just one download. Pretty much the way that I like to teach the women that I work with and the men is that it has to be action based. Okay. I don't want you to just go in and be overwhelmed with 15 modules. I want you to take a look at one chunk of content and take action. Okay, I'm done. Let's go to the next one. So it's multiple things that I offer in this specific program with digital downloads. A few have tutorials, a few have ebooks, a few have worksheets, but it's really, the point is action. Like, you need to go do it. Go take action because a course is not going to make you successful. Like, you need to go put in the work. So, how do you do it? How do you upload these products to Teachable? It's so simple, okay? It is not, you don't have to be tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy, and I swear that I did this, okay? So, in your back office, there are a few different ways that you can upload your product. In this case, I'm going to show you how to do a digital download, which is like an ebook, a checklist, and like an audio. So, you go to digital downloads. Here, you put all your basics, the name of it, what is it on here. On that second little arrow, it tells you, like, is it a digital download? Is it a worksheet? Is it an ebook? All of that. You tell them a little bit about what it is. You upload the thumbnail. You can make that on Canva, super simple. And there you go. You upload your PDF, your audio, your worksheet, any of that. And from there, you obviously sell it. But it's not just that. Remember, I said ebooks? Yeah,
Yeah.
we can talk about
Yeah.
that. So I love Teachable that you can do more than just digital downloads. We can do recurring payments, meaning like a membership. So let's say that you have a community or something like that, and you want to take monthly payments, you could do that. And you can have the content in like that hub that Teachable gives you. Coaching. Coaching is amazing. You can put links in that coaching hub. You can put content. You can have them be part of your programs. It's insane. It's like so amazing. And obviously courses, full on courses. Right here is like a little picture of my membership. But when it comes to PDFs, I want to talk to you about ebooks. Ebooks, don't overcomplicate it. I hear a lot. I'm on TikTok and I hear a lot of people pretty much I don't want to say scared, but they're intimidated by the idea of making an ebook. And don't be intimidated. Just think about it like this. What problem am I solving? And I've been talking about that a lot. And what are the steps that get me from where I'm at right now to where I want to get? And one last tip about making an ebook, you don't have to put everything. Okay. And you're going to see it when I give you this. So this is my special workbook that I made just for you. Talks about how to make a digital product, and you're going to see how simple it is. I didn't overcomplicate it. I gave you 5 steps. Did I give you everything? No, because it's too much. It's too overwhelming, but it gives you the base of how to create your digital product. So if you want to be my friend, come hang out with me on YouTube, Xenia Herrera, and all of the other socials. But Jonah has some questions for me. He told me.
I do. I do have some questions for you. And yeah, thank you for I really appreciate the 5 examples you created are just so accessible. I talk to a lot of creators who, when they're starting to make products, are just terrified by everything that could be, and are looking so much at what other people are doing that they're forgetting that they just have to share their solutions to life, and that what they go through every day in their life that's obvious to them is probably not obvious to other people, right? And all of those, like, checklists and everything, I've purchased and got a lot of value out of.
Mhm.
But I do have some questions digging a little deeper into the process of just, like, making products. Something we talked about yesterday with another creator, Darnell Brown. He uses this term for his digital products, specifically like digital downloads, smaller products and stuff. He tries to keep them industry agnostic while branding them for his niche. And I'm curious your opinions on that, or how you go about creating a small product that may be more appealing to a larger audience than like your coaching or your courses or stuff like that. Any tips for recognizing the value while still staying in your niche?
Well, you have to understand that I know that $19 isn't going to make you a gazillionaire. Like, I understand that. But it's also giving a chance because, $100, is a lot for someone that has never been in the online space. Maybe it's their very first time. If that's your ideal client, which it is for me, a lot of my people that find me, they don't even know how to make money online. Like they can't even comprehend like how do I even get started? They think they need more than 5,000, 10,000 followers. So a $40 product, a $20 product, it's just kind of like, okay. And it's only expensive when there's a lack of value, right? So if they see the value in my product that is $40, they're like, wow, maybe I should be more open minded to training with her, to buying her course, one on one, whatever. So I know that a tracker may seem like it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal for someone that is your ideal client and wants to take a look at how is it that how she works. They're not buying your PDF to just buy your PDF. They want to get to know you. They want to know if you actually know what you're talking about, and they want to know if you're going to solve their problem.
Ah, yeah, I love you pointed that out, that it's not just the product, it's you. That's the creator space, right? People wanna learn from you, the creator. Yeah. Um, Another thing you mentioned when you were showing examples was, I wanted to ask, do you recommend, I guess, how should I phrase it? I see a lot of, beginning creators go out and try and throw a wide net by creating, like, 19 products, and then lost in a juggling match of trying to figure it all out. How do you what's your system, or what do you recommend as far as creating products? Do you create one and really focus on that? Or do you create a couple? Do you create 19? Is that a good strategy? How do you go about it?
So I do have to say, the way my brain works, we talked about this earlier. I love to create things because I'm like, wow, that's such a good idea. Shiny object syndrome. Let me do that. But what I've found this past year that I have to focus, and this works for me. So if it's worked for you to make 19, go for it, girlfriend. But for me, what works is I need to focus on one thing because I cannot confuse my audience. And trust me, I make that mistake of, oh my God, you need this and that. And now you need this ebook. Actually, you need this course. Like, I understand we want our client to get success, but just focus on one, go all in on it. And even with your content, because if I'm talking about my ABC ebook and make my content around that, there's just so much more clarity and you build so much more authority and they know exactly what you're talking about. Versus if you're like, hey, I help you be your best self and you're talking about your 15 products, like what does that even mean? Like
Mm,
that
mhm.
that's not clear. Like I need you to tell me exactly what it is that you do. So the point is, yeah, you should focus on one or two, maybe like an intro product and maybe your big ticket product or your coaching, whatever. But maybe you can do that instead of, it's good to have a library, BS. It's good to have a library, but that doesn't mean that you have to constantly be creating. Like focus and see if your people want your one product.
Yeah. So, follow up, if you are sitting there with 15 ideas and trying to decide where to put your energy, how do you go about making that decision for your first product? Say they're all small products, like someone comes away and they have 3 ideas for each kind of product you threw down.
Okay, so this is what I did, and this is what's
Hmm.
working for me right now. I just like to throw that out there because I know that it works for others other ways. But what I did, and it's just doing amazing, is starting with one. I know you want to make others because it's a good idea, but just work on one and master it, perfect it, ask for feedback. If you've made $0, go give it to your friend and be like, okay, tell me if you like it and use it. Like, I need some feedback on this. And if they're your friend, they'll tell you like, too long, too
And
much.
how did you choose which one to start with?
So that it's hard. It's hard because as creators, and I know that you know this, you just want to make all of them, but you have to listen to your audience. So let me give you an example. On TikTok, I love talking about making money online and course creation. I was talking about courses and nobody cared.
Hmm.
Nobody cared, okay? It wasn't until I started talking about growing your Instagram and growing your TikTok, they heard a little bit, and now that I'm talking about digital downloads, they care more. So I'm just honestly constantly listening to my audience, and I did create a download on how to create a course, but nobody cared. So guess what? I focus on now how to create a digital product. So
Yeah.
that's my answer, just listening to my audience. And if you don't have an audience, go out and find some community that will listen, or go on the comments of the big creators that you know that are making money.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Um, okay. So just two more questions for you before we wrap up. You said you're a mother, right?
I am.
Yeah. Any tips for just time management when you go about if
Oh
you've
my
got
god.
kids and a job and all of this and you're trying to build a product, it's very easy to start projects, but tips for actually like getting it done, making it
You
happen?
know, yes. On that download, not that you have to download it, okay? Like, I'm just giving it out there because this is what worked for me, which was the very first thing. Let me back up. You just have to make it work and make time for yourself, like,
Yeah.
even if it's 10 minutes at a time. And I know that's not realistic, and I know that we just wanna have this bomb entrepreneurial schedule that we just do whatever, but not a lot of us have that luxury. So the way that I started, I remember I was postpartum, my kid was right. I have a picture, literally I should have put on here. One hand was I was feeding my kid here, and the other hand I was on my computer. Is that ideal? No, but I really wanted my business to take off, so a few minutes at a time. And that's why a lot of my trainings are
Hmm.
short and they're to the point, because I want you to get results, but I want you to implement it without the overwhelm of 15 videos. So, as a mom, when I first started, when my husband's business was like booming, and I'm like, I want a business too. Like, I want to do this too. So I had to take the, passenger seat and work in increments. So the very first thing that you should do if you want to do a digital product, like brainstorm. Do a whole bunch of brainstorming, get some information on a Google Doc. You don't need a whole Excel sheet. Like, dude, just take action. You don't need to overcomplicate this. Brainstorm first. Okay, cool. You have some ideas. Now, let's go ask people, like, is this what you like? Like, what is it that I market research, right? Then the next week after that, you can start looking at templates on Google Docs or Canva to start creating it. And don't overthink it, because guess what? It's never going to be perfect. You're probably going to want to edit it and make it cuter the week after that. So just make it, launch it, get feedback, and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I love it. That's why I asked that question because it's nice to hear realistic perspective from someone who's got it done. But it can be, yeah, it can be hard to. There's a lot of content saying like, "Oh, just sit down and do it, and it'll be done." It's like that's not always the case.
It's not realistic. That's
No.
one of the reasons why I work with a lot of moms too, and they do a lot of their work and in between, like right before dinner or right after dinner. And it does take sacrifice. I know that there's a lot of anti hustle culture. I'm not telling you to never eat and never sleep. I am telling you is rearrange your time to figure out where in your day you can fit in the pockets of time.
Mm, love that. Okay, one last question for you before we wrap up. And everyone who's here today, hop in the comments. Thanks, Ania, for her time. Thanks for being here. And feel free to ask any questions if you got any before we wrap up. But I wanted to come full circle back to what we were talking about that myth that you need a ton of followers to make a living in this industry. So my experience, like we were saying before going live, like some of the most financially successful creators I've worked with have a couple hundred followers, and it's just an acquisition tool. But I guess for me, the big question for like a creator who's building an audience is when do you know you can start monetizing and how do you go about that?
Well, and you've heard me say this the whole time, which is what problem are you solving? So think about what problem are you solving. Let's say you have 100 followers. Okay, let's just say like, oh my god, I only have 100 followers. I hear that a lot. Well, put your content out there anyway. What problem are you solving? What if you're in fashion and you know how to pair things up, girl? I need your help, okay? Like, style me, please. Like, it doesn't matter what problem are you solving. If you're a makeup artist and you know how to do a certain type of makeup, like, put your content out there, solve the problem. You are never gonna know if you just don't put yourself out there. And I promise you that people want your thing. They might fall in love with your personality, or maybe they haven't seen a technique that you specifically do it, even with the 100. Think about it. If you're in a room with 100 people and you had to talk to them, like, how would that feel? That's crazy. And think about if you even just have 10 of those people even look at your thing and you're able to close 5 of them. Okay, that's amazing. That's an amazing closing rate for you. So just think about that and don't. Social media is not always how it is, okay? No, I'm not saying not everyone with a big following makes money or doesn't make money. The point that I'm trying to make is don't be fooled by these vanity metrics with likes and follows and all of that, because my best performing video on TikTok hasn't made me an affiliate sale. And one of the ones that I just posted with a robe, I was like super basic on TikTok, got me 4 sales off my digital download. Okay. And you just have to remember that. And I don't have a huge following on TikTok. Okay. I haven't even hit 5K. Like, you just have to remember that. Be open. And I was showing up on my socials as if I had 100,000, like on bomb.com. And people see that. Like, I know what I'm talking about, you know?
Yeah. So then, last, I think there's the flip problem where like people do have a good little following, or a few thousand or something like that, but aren't making any money. What's your top tip of like, you know, avoid this mistake or make sure you have this in place so that you can monetize your following?
With a large following, you have a, I wouldn't say upper hand. You just, it's good. Now you get to you they follow you for a reason. Now you get to bring them into your community. So I would say get them off social, like put them tell them to download a free product. Like, show them why you're amazing. Maybe you want to record a whole course for free or a master class. That would be amazing. Tell them to come to a free master class. It's totally free. I just want you to see. Don't even have a pitch at the end. Just have them totally love and trust the way that you talk and teach and all of that. And then from there, start really honing in on what do I want to do with my following. Because, yeah, I get it. We all want to be influencers and sell all the things and be Amazon influencers, but really focus on what product do you want to really distribute. Because imagine if you have 10,000 followers and 1,000 of them buy your $100 product. Math? Like, come
Doing
on,
good.
this is
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. Even if 50 people buy your $100 product, that's still amazing. So you just have to think about that and really focus on talking to them, getting in their DMs, like building a relationship. It's the main thing. You can totally do it. This is my jam. Like, just totally made my morning, Jonah, like talking
Yeah.
to me about this.
Well, Xenia, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Once again, if you're watching live or watching the replay, hop in the comments. Let us know what piece of information was most valuable for you. And make sure to check out in the description. We got links. You can start a Teachable account for free. It's not a free trial. It's just a free account. You can build your first digital product, your first course, get started, see how the platform works, develop all of these ideas and systems we've been talking about totally for free. And once again, check out also in the description Xenia's website and also that free download, which is going to help you build your first product. So it's a perfect pairing there. And any other last parting words of wisdom you want to give the audience before we sign off, Xenia?
I would say just do it. I know I am so cliche, but you just have to do it. Just
Yeah.
launch it. It's just so simple to do. Literally rewatch this if you don't know how to upload it. It's simple. They have templates for you. Like, launch your thing. You're not going to know if people don't want it, and if they don't, cool. Guess what? You lost nothing. Like, you didn't invest in anything. Just redo it, make it prettier, make it more information, whatever it is that you need to do to revise it. Launch the thing. You will be so surprised if you focus in 1 year. Imagine January 2024, your life can completely change, I promise. Like, it's that serious. You just need to do it.
Hey, we'll leave it at that. That's perfect. Thank you once again, Xenia. Thank you everyone for watching. Like and subscribe to the Teachable channel if you had a good time here today, and we'll see you all soon. Have a wonderful day, Xenia. See you soon.